We've all seen it. The quiet kid in class who seems perfectly average, right up until a world-ending threat appears, and they save everyone with a bored sigh. It's the ultimate power fantasy, and let's be honest, we can't get enough of it. That moment when the mask comes off and everyone's jaw hits the floor is one of the most satisfying payoffs in all of anime. But it's more than just a cool power-up. The best versions of this trope feature characters who are hiding their god-tier abilities because they genuinely just want a normal, peaceful life. That internal struggle is what makes the final reveal so epic. Today, we're counting down the top 10 anime that have absolutely perfected this. Get ready for some of the most legendary reveals in anime history, because our countdown starts now. Number 10. Classroom for Heroes. Kicking off our list at number 10 is Classroom for Heroes. This show drops us right into the prestigious Rosewood Academy, a school that trains future heroes to protect mankind. Into this high-stakes environment walks Blade, a new transfer student who seems completely out of place. He's cheerful, laid back, and his only goal is to make some friends. He comes across as a goofy, ordinary boy, completely clueless about modern life and social norms. He's the last person you'd ever expect to be a hero. But here's the twist. Blade isn't a hero in training, he's the hero. The great hero, in fact, who defeated the Demon King ages ago. His power is legendary, easily rivaling the Academy's top students, the Empress of Flame, Arnest Flaming. He's not at the Academy to learn how to fight. He's there to learn how to live. After being raised as a living weapon, his enrollment is a chance to finally experience a normal life. Blade's true power doesn't come out in one big reveal. It bleeds through in casual, often hilarious moments that leave his peers baffled. He'll effortlessly match the Empress in a duel, treating it like a game, or handle a terrifying monster with a bored yawn. His legendary status is constantly clashing with his quest for normalcy, creating a hilarious and satisfying spectacle. This show perfectly embodies the retired legend trope. The fun comes from watching an endgame boss try to blend in at the starting zone. His complete nonchalance in the face of danger is a constant comedic reminder of the astronomical power gap between him and everyone else. Number 9. The Demon Sword Master of Excalibur Academy. Imagine this. A young girl, Reselia, stumbles upon ancient ruins and awakens a 10-year-old boy from a 1,000-year slumber. The boy, Leonis, seems innocent, confused, and completely lost in a futuristic world he doesn't understand. Reselia takes him in, and he plays the part of a naive child perfectly. Of course, Leonis is anything but a helpless kid. He is Leonis Death Magnus, the Undead King, one of the most powerful Dark Lords who nearly wiped out humanity a millennium ago. He cast a resurrection spell on himself, vowing to return and finish his conquest. Now, stuck in the body of a child, his mission is the same. Rebuild his dark army while pretending to be an ordinary student at Excalibur Academy. The mask slips for the first time when a swarm of monsters attacks, and Reselia sacrifices herself to protect the helpless boy. In that instant, the scared child vanishes. He's replaced by the cold, calculating demon lord who effortlessly obliterates the monsters with dark magic. Then, looking at Reselia's body, he heals her with a 10th order spell that resurrects her as a vampire queen, the strongest of the undead. And he doesn't do it out of kindness. He does it because it's practical, a chilling display of his true dark nature. This series is a masterclass in dramatic irony. We know this cute kid is actually an ancient evil, and the satisfaction comes from waiting for everyone else to catch up. Listening to his internal monologues about world domination while he's being pampered by his new friends creates a constant, delicious tension. Number 8. Chillin in another world with level 2 super cheat powers. In a classic isekai setup, a hero is summoned to fight the Dark One, but the hero they get, Banaza, is a total dud. He's just an average merchant with no magic and terrible stats. Deemed useless, he's banished to a dangerous forest and completely written off. This is where things get wild. Alone in the forest, Banaza defeats a single low-level slime and gets a notification. You have leveled up. But this isn't just any level up. Due to a magical mishap, hitting level 2 gives him infinite stats. His HP, MP, attack, everything skyrockets. He becomes an omnipotent being overnight. To avoid the war, he changes his name to Fleo and tries to live a quiet life. But his power is so broken that even the gods are wary of him. Fleo's first real test comes when he encounters Fenris, a powerful demon wolf woman. She attacks, expecting an easy kill. The fight is over in an instant. He doesn't just defeat her, he completely overwhelms her. According to her tribe's tradition, she immediately pledges her loyalty and proposes marriage on the spot. This sets the tone for the entire series. Fleo is a god trying his best to pretend he's immortal and failing spectacularly. This show is pure wish fulfillment. Being judged as worthless and then cast aside makes his sudden leap to omnipotence incredibly gratifying. The satisfaction comes from the sheer, hilarious absurdity of his power. He's a walking glitch in this world system. And the best part? All this godlike power is in the hands of a guy who just wants to run a general store with his new wolf life. Number 7. Banished from the hero's party, I decided to live a quiet life in the countryside. In the remote town of Zoltan, a man named Red lives a simple life, running an apothecary. He's kind, humble, and perfectly content, far from the grand conflicts of the world. To everyone, he's just their friendly neighborhood medicine man. But Red is actually Gideon, the former second-in-command of the hero's party and older brother to the hero herself. He was the party's backbone, their strategist, negotiator, and emotional anchor. He was never the flashiest fighter, but he was arguably the most important. He was cruelly manipulated into leaving by a jealous comrade who convinced him he was dead weight. Red's past comes knocking when threats begin to encroach on his peaceful life. The ultimate vindication comes when he finally confronts and defeats the man who ruined his life, proving once and for all that he was never a liability. The satisfaction here is more emotional. It's not about revealing godlike power, it's about reclaiming self-worth. Gideon's conflict is the imposter syndrome forced upon him. When he fights, the reveal isn't just, wow, he's strong. It's, wow, he was never weak. The party didn't just lose a member, they lost their cornerstone. It's a powerful story about proving that true strength isn't always about having the highest level. Number 6. Noragami. Meet Yato, a goofy, tracksuit-wearing god so obscure he doesn't even have a shrine. He spends his days doing odd jobs for 5 yen coins, coming across as a pathetic, forgotten deity struggling to stay relevant. But beneath that goofy exterior lies a terrifying history. Yato was once a feared god of calamity, a bringer of death and destruction known as Yaboku. In a past life, he was an assassin god, and when his killer instinct is awakened, his playful eyes transform into cold slits that promise nothing but death. We get our most terrifying glimpse of this past during his battle with Rabo, another god of calamity who knew him in his darkest days. To push Yato to the breaking point, Rabo orchestrates a plan to erase his friend Hayori's memories. It works. The jokes vanish, replaced by a cold, ruthless efficiency. He moves with a grace and lethality that is utterly terrifying, completely overwhelming his opponent in a fight scene with some of the best choreography in modern anime. For a few chilling moments, we see the monster he's so desperately trying to run from. Yato's power isn't just hidden, it's a part of himself he actively despises. This makes the reveal incredibly compelling. We're in awe of his breathtaking skill, but we also understand that for him to unleash it is a profound personal failure. The reveal is more than just a flex, it's a tragic glimpse into a dark history he is fighting every day to overcome. Number 5. Solo leveling. In a world of superpowered hunters, Sung Jinwoo is a legend for all the wrong reasons. He is the world's weakest hunter, and E ranks so pathetic he gets injured in even the lowest level dungeons. He's a laughingstock, risking his life on every raid just to pay for his mother's hospital bills. Everything changes after a fateful raid. Left for dead, Jinwoo is chosen by a mysterious program called the System, an interface only he can see that lets him grow stronger without limit. He can level up like a video game character, fundamentally breaking the rules of his world. The true turning point is the job change quest. He's transported to a brutal dungeon, where his items are locked and his health doesn't regenerate. Pushed to the absolute brink against an endless army of knights, his survival forges him into something new. After clearing the quest, the system offers him a hidden class, Necromancer. When he accepts, he gains his most iconic ability, the power to raise the shadows of his defeated enemies as his loyal soldiers, with the command, Arise. This is the moment he transforms from a hunter into a king. It's the ultimate underdog story, delivering a narrative dopamine hit that is almost impossible to resist. Number 4. The daily life of the Immortal King. At first glance, Wang Ling is the epitome of an average high school student. His main goals are to stay under the radar, avoid attention, and enjoy his favorite crispy fried noodles in peace. He intentionally gets mediocre scores and goes to great lengths to appear as unremarkable as possible. In reality, Wang Ling is a near-omnipotent being of cosmic proportions. At age 6, he had already defeated a demon king with ease. His innate power is so immense that he must wear a special talisman at all times to seal the vast majority of his strength. Without it, even an accidental release of his power could shatter the planet. His daily life isn't a struggle to get stronger, it's a constant, desperate struggle to hold back. For most of the series, his power reveals are played for laughs. But one moment stands above all. During a competition, his friend Sun Rong is seemingly killed. In that instant, the show's comedic tone evaporates. The talisman on his neck shatters, and he unleashes a wave of power so absolute that it literally stops time across the universe. He calmly reverses causality, rewrites reality to undo her death, and then seals his power again, all before anyone can comprehend what happened. It's not a fight, it's a quiet, terrifying demonstration of absolute control over existence. The satisfaction comes from the sheer, hilarious scale of the power gap between Wang Ling and everyone else. The reveal when he finally loses control is so impactful because the show spends so much time establishing his genuine desire for a normal life. We see what happens when his unstoppable power meets his love for his friends, and the result is one of the most breathtaking spectacles in the genre. Number 3. The Irregular at Magic High School. Tatsuya Shiba enrolls at an elite magic high school, while his sister Miyuki is hailed as a prodigy and placed among the Blooms. Tatsuya's abysmal practical scores land him with the weeds. He is looked down upon by the elites, appearing stoic, emotionless, and, by all conventional metrics, magically inept. This incompetent student is, in reality, a living weapon. Tatsuya is a secret special officer and a member of the feared Yotsuba clan. His supposed weakness is a result of unique, godlike abilities that don't fit the school's testing system. He possesses decomposition, the ability to break down any matter, and regrowth, the ability to restore any person or object, effectively making him immortal. He is a peerless combat strategist, a genius engineer, and a master martial artist. He is not a failure. He is an irregular who exists completely outside the system. The 9-school competition is where Tatsuya's true nature is put on full display. In the final match of the Monolith Code event, he faces the ace of a rival school, Misaki Eichijo. Tatsuya doesn't just win, he delivers a masterclass in tactical domination. He systematically outthinks and outmaneuvers his opponent at every turn. The climax comes when he unveils a previously unknown application of his magic, securing victory in a way no one thought possible and leaving the entire magic community stunned. Tatsuya's story is the ultimate revenge fantasy for anyone who has ever felt underestimated. The satisfaction is intellectual. We watch him calmly and logically dismantle the arrogant elites who look down on him, not with brute force, but with superior intellect. His victories are cold, calculated, and absolute, making him one of the most cathartic protagonists in all of anime. Number 2. Classroom of the Elite. Kiyotaka Ayanokōji is a student in the lowest-ranked Class D at a cutthroat high school. He presents himself as the definition of average, intentionally scoring exactly 50 on every test and projecting an aura of complete apathy. He plays the part of a forgettable background character to perfection. This unassuming loner is, in fact, the perfect human. Ayanokōji is the sole successful product of the White Room, a secret, brutal institution designed to cultivate genius from birth. He possesses a transcendent intellect, peak physical abilities, and a terrifying mastery of manipulation. He views every person around him, friend or foe, as a tool to be used and discarded to achieve his ultimate goal, victory. After seasons of pulling strings from the shadows, his true nature is revealed in one of the coldest confrontations in anime. The tyrannical leader of Class C, Reiwen, finally corners him on a rooftop. Ayanokōji doesn't unleash a magical blast. Instead, he systematically and brutally dismantles Reiwen and his 3 strongest lieutenants with flawless martial arts. But the physical beatdown is secondary. The true reveal is his absolute psychological dominance. As he stands over a terrified Reiwen, he calmly states, "It's true that people yield before violence. But for that logic to work, you must be stronger than the other person. Do you understand?" He then pummels Reiwen into submission, breaking not just his body, but his spirit. Ayanokōji is the ultimate puppet master. The satisfaction comes from the slow, creeping realization of his terrifying genius. The rooftop fight is the moment he rips the mask off and beats his opponent senseless with it. It's the perfect culmination of seasons of behind-the-scenes manipulation, a chilling validation of his cold philosophy that proves true power isn't always the loudest. Number 1. The Eminence in Shadow. At the number 1 spot, we have the character who doesn't just use the trope, but embodies, perfects, and parodies it all at once. Meet Cid Kageno, a student whose life goal is to be the most unremarkable background character imaginable. He meticulously scripts his life to be a mob, intentionally losing fights and faking weakness, all to cover his true ambition, to be the Eminence in Shadow, a secret mastermind pulling the strings. His alter ego is Shadow, the ridiculously overpowered leader of the organization Shadow Garden. He is a peerless swordsman with magical control hundreds of times more powerful than anyone else's. And here's the masterstroke. The evil cult of Diablos his organization fights? He completely made it up to sound cool. The punchline? The cult is 100% real, and every one of his nonsensical ramblings is interpreted as prophetic wisdom by his fanatically loyal followers. This brings us to the scene that broke the internet.
I am atomic.
After toying with a powerful enemy, Shadow decides that playtime is over. He calmly gathers an impossible amount of magical energy, compressing it into a terrifying purple sphere. With the dramatic flair of a stage actor, he utters the legendary line and unleashes an explosion that carves a massive glowing crater into the capital city. It is not just an attack, it is a performance. It is the ultimate expression of a power fantasy made terrifyingly real. The Eminence in Shadow is the perfect culmination of this genre because it understands the core appeal better than any other series. Cid isn't just an example of the trope. He is the trope's very soul, making his story the most satisfying, hilarious, and undisputed #1 on this list. And there you have it. From humble apothecaries to literal gods pretending to be high schoolers, these are the absolute best of the best when it comes to hidden power. Each one gives us that incredible rush when the mask finally comes off and the world is forced to witness the truth. They are the ultimate underdogs, the quiet giants, and the reason we love to see expectations get completely and utterly shattered. But what do you think? Did we get the ranking right? Who would be your #1? Drop your list in the comments below. We read every single one. Until next time, stay OP.